So this was more like a transition point for her to realize, how am I going to restart my life? How am I going to restart my business? What can I do with this product I have in hand right now?
I'm actually a makeup artist before the pandemic hit. All my makeup jobs are based on appointments. I do mostly on company events as well as wedding makeup. When it first happened, I was quite badly affected. Not so much financially, but I would say mentally. I received calls cancelling the wedding or even moving their dates. Actually, I did have other plans. I wanted to open a beauty salon with a few partners. So we were scouting for a suitable location. Then the MCO came. We put a stop to it. It took me a while to accept that the pandemic is real. The pandemic has changed our lives enormously. Mentally, I feel it affects everyone, including children. So at that point of time, I just wanted to bake cookies to lighten their mood. And I sent some to my friends and relatives, and then they started asking for more because they really like the cookies. Then I thought to myself, why not start on a small scale? And my husband was super supportive. He actually saw the opportunity and encouraged me to start the business. Chewy Cookies is soft-baked cookies, and I focus more on quality premium ingredients like the French butter and also the dark converter instead of normal chocolate chips. And we use less sugar and zero preservatives.
Why we choose chewy cookie is that chewy cookies, to me personally, also have a lot more character in terms of getting crazy with the flavors and the ideas, unlike a crunchy cookie. So when you receive a box of chewy cookies, you know that it's freshly baked on the spot.
What we look for as a gold standard in our chewy cookies is it has to be moist, not dry. What else, Lee?
The texture,
Yeah, the texture.
the look of it, and most important, the flavor.
When I first started, I actually wasted a lot of dough and also cookies.
You should see her old oven. She had to sit down there and hold it up because the door is a bit loose. So when it gets loose, it loses the heat. So she's been there holding it up.
I actually don't have any experience on baking cookies. No experience, I just learned right off. I would consider myself an experimental baker because I love to explore with different ingredients. Every time when I bake, I'll let all of them try, including my kids. My daughter, she doesn't really like too sweet stuff. I control a lot on the sugar level. So every time when they say it's too sweet, I will bake again and retry. Once you bake, it's not just on that day itself. You also have to wait like a couple of days and see what happened to the cookies. Will it dry up? Will it be hardened? Some became a rock and we just threw everything away.
So like right now, we are trying to create a PB&J cookie. Trial and error 3 weeks already. Still trying to figure out the right PB&J to use. Our children are our biggest fan for chewy cookies.
When I first started, right, I don't have paper bags or box. When I brought them home, my kids will help me to actually write "Bake with Love" on the paper bag. They will help me to fold, especially during peak time. And now not so because it's all printed. It's all printed. The only thing they need to do is just folding. I mean, without my husband and without my kids, I would not go ahead with the business. From a makeup artist to a baker, it's totally a different thing. But then I had to be an example. I remember telling my kids always to be strong and do not give up no matter what life throws at you. If the pandemic had never happened, I don't think I will even start the business. Never thought of it. It was tough initially because it suddenly went from hobby to responsibility and also customer focus. We do plan for our expansion. We actually want to reach out to other states like Ipoh, Penang, even East Malaysia because they are customers from there and they texted me and asked me if I actually do postage. After I started baking, I actually love the baking industry more, and looking at the pandemic, I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon. So my focus is more on baking. I would say selling chewy cookies saved me. A lot of people find it challenging to cope with uncertainty. But for me, I found chewy. To everyone out there, don't give up. When there's a will, there's a way. I'm Samantha.
And I'm Don from Chewy Cookies.
And our business is Pandemic Born.